Welcome back to the family work. Today we have another load to bring to the property, and today is actually, ironically, the family is going to work. Not here. We're dropping these off. We're picking up the four-wheeler, and then we're going to go on over to our larger property where we're doing logging. And this week in science class for our kids, we're studying trees, and they have to do a field guide to be able to identify trees by their leaves and bark. So we are doing some schoolwork. While they're doing that, I'm probably going to get on the excavator and maybe do some exploring. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we are now about 3/4 mile into the property along our ridge line, and this is the old road that was here, and then this is kind of where we've been going. They didn't want to ride up this hill, although we went up worse hills, so I'm going to drive up there and see what's on the other side. All right, so there was a little bit of time lapse between the video you just saw and today. I had made that video when the family came out here to the property to identify trees, and I realized, I don't know if I didn't hit record or if it got deleted or what, but some of the video I took did not show up, which is a shame because we had the ATV and we drove it all the way up our logging road, which I think you can kind of see. Let me move a little bit behind me, but we're going to go up. I'm going to go up there here in a minute, excavator. But we drove the ATV all the way to the back of the property, and it was about, well, actually, I take that back. It was not to the back of the property. It was back to the end of the logging road where the loggers had worked. And it was about a mile from here, and that's not even halfway to the back. And they had taken the skidder further back along a trail, but they just kind of ran over the trees and shrubs, and I did not want to do that in the ATV with shorts and t-shirt on and the kids. So we stopped where you just saw and turned around. Once I take the excavator up there, I'll get a little bit of video, kind of show you what that looks like. And we spent some time identifying white oak, because that is the I guess the white gold here in eastern Kentucky. And we found some trees that the loggers missed. I'm kind of excited about that because we can turn that into cash here as needed. And also chestnut oak is pretty valuable as well. So we did work on identifying those by the leaves, by the bark, by the acorns. And it was a good experience for myself as well. Hopefully now it's amazing. I mean, just last week, everything was bright colors, and now you can see so much further now the leaves have fallen. And so actually, I'm kind of excited to get back up to the ridgeline because this is the first time seeing it at this time of year. So I'm sure it's going to look a lot different. But hopefully here, we're going to have some 70-degree weather this week. We can get up here and possibly look for more white oak and chestnut oak and identify and paint the trees, locate them so we know where to come back and find them. And today, of course, is another load. So we're dropping that off, and then we're going to work on the excavator. So after throwing that track, I realized I'm not taking very good care of this excavator. Unfortunately, we don't have water here at the property yet, other than what's in the creek. And I don't really have a portable anyway to bring it here at this time. So I'm now, fortunately today, I don't think I'm going to be playing anywhere near the water or the mud, hopefully. But I brought my crowbar and realized I need to do a little better job of keeping the mud out of the track so I don't throw another one. So this might look different. I can't remember the last time I had this on video, but this is the entrance here, and I took out a good portion of it right there before it flattens out. I'm about to go check grade on it now. I think I got it down to about 10 degrees. But right there, you can see it's just kind of at the top where it starts to turn left, and that's where we're headed. And it goes up to almost 20 degrees. So the goal today is try to dig down into the mountainside and see if we can lower that some. And I might clean up, looks like a lot of leaves on there. I might try to clean up this a little bit too while I'm here. All right, we'll see you at the top. All right, so this is the top of the road at the ridge line. And the grade right here is great. It's actually almost too shallow because right around that curve, it drops about 50 feet over, about 50 feet of elevation at about 300 feet distance. I don't know if you can see the excavator down there. I'll walk there in a second. So what I'm thinking is, instead of cutting into the hillside, I'll show you what I was working on a few minutes ago. I'm going to get a breaker here soon for the excavator, but that, I think it's just going to be easier to move the road over, even though this is kind of where the dozer cut it in. I'm thinking of starting about right here. So from here to the excavator down there, it's about 75 feet of elevation, and I think I did it like 450 feet distance, which would give me about a 9-degree slope if it was perfectly even. If I get these trees out of here though, I'm thinking about coming right here, dropping down towards that tree, and maybe where that big tree is. And that's kind of the easy part. The slope gets pretty steep here. So right now, the current road flattens out, but I'm thinking if I can drop about 10 feet lower, get these trees out of here, then maybe I wouldn't be cutting into as much dirt, or excuse me, I wouldn't be cutting into as much rock. I can kind of use this as fill. It's kind of like a sandy clay. It's really weird. You can see it right here. I've never seen anything like it before, but and then here you can kind of see this is where it gets really steep. So to kind of take some of this out, I was thinking if I just kind of continued off across here, but I'm still going to have to come up at some point, and it only gets steeper over there. So I don't know, maybe if I kind of come out a little bit, then curve back up to here, because I have, like I said, this is perfect from right here on up. So maybe I'll just kind of hug the hillside here and try to cut down through here and back over. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it, because when we get into the next phase of what we're going to do here at the property, I really want to be able to get a car up here, maybe even a semi, once we put ditches in and culverts and some aggregate. But I want this to be kind of like a driveway, and I'm not comfortable right now. It's just too steep for me right here. But I think if I kind of come out, build that up over there, like I said, I still got, it gets really steep there unless I continue on that way. I don't know. I have to sleep on it. But let me hustle down here real quick and show you what I have accomplished today, and I might drive up there and spend a few more minutes. I didn't bring the saws with me, so I can't really do anything about all of this today. Get that out of here. But I think from here, I'll spin around and show it to you again. There's that initial 50-foot climb. I just want to kind of even that out, so I'm thinking if I kind of come over here, and I got good grade right here, but you still got a giant increase there. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have to sleep on that a little bit. But it's pretty solid, even though it's this sandy stuff. I mean, it packs really nice. That's another thing I would like to get, is maybe like a sheep foot compactor. I took some of the grade out of here and I widened the road because I was getting into this kind of rocky shale. I was having a hard time getting the teeth in there. So I decided, I took out a few more trees and I just kind of shifted the road over rather than trying to dig that side down. and just put the fill over here and kind of built that berm up a little bit. And the slope, I think it was 15 degrees, 13 degrees, I forget now, which ain't bad. It's not, it's a little steeper than that first climb is over there. So you go up that one hill, then it kind of levels out, then you come up this hill and it levels out, and then you got the biggest climb. So I don't know, it's a lot of work. I hate putting all the hours on the machine, but I've tried with the dozer and it's not much easier. So we'll come back here. The weather's supposed to be nice, with the saws, get these trees out of here, and maybe start heading that way and just take it a little bit at a time. I'm gonna hop in the excavator. I'm gonna drive up to the top, and then I'll show you, because I missed that ATV footage earlier. I'll show you what it looks like up top. All right, so this is the top of the road. I'm at the ridge line now. See, they found a couple white oaks up here. And then we'll drive back here a little bit. So there's a valley over there. The property goes up to that ridge line, and then there's another valley and another ridge line, and I think there's even one more valley. The property goes that direction. Switch gears here real quick. We'll go ahead and go up the hill, then I'll probably stop, because like I said, I think it's like 3/4 of a mile. This road goes back. It looks so different now without the leaves on the trees. You can see it so much further. So I guess we weren't quite at the ridge line, because obviously we're still climbing. Not seeing water there. We haven't had rain in a while. All right, so I'm going to kind of stop here. Well, I guess I could go. They'll go up a little bit higher. But I had them kind of clear this ridge top off so it'll stay dry. I'm going to come through here and clean up all the wood and get all the stumps out. A lot of treetops get cleaned up. And that tree was not there my last trip up here, hanging down the middle of the road. So, I mean, this is kind of what you got. It goes on up a little bit, widens out. Way down there, the valley's the creek. Property goes back up to the next ridge line. That's all the same property. This is another road, skid road, that they had put in. There was originally a path here, but they widened it a lot for me. So it's amazing how far you can see. I mean, just a few weeks ago, you couldn't see past these first set of trees right here. It was just so thick. But I guess since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this tree out of the road, and we'll see you on the next video.